Good afternoon. Welcome to my final presentation of determining the use of electronic devices within young children. My name is Michelle Worden, and I am a student at Grand Rapids Community College. This presentation is for Business Communications 201. My professor is Gary Ebels. I am the lead researcher. The contents of my presentation today consist of the executive summary, the overview, the findings. During the findings, we are going to be looking at the background on electronic device usage, benefits of electronic devices and challenges of electronic devices, as well as security measures and how families use electronic devices. Finally, we will be following up with the analysis. Electronic devices are common in homes and used by young children daily. Families have found many uses for electronic devices. They help their children to grow and learn, such as laptops, children's software, computer games, other apps and games that they might learn on, their ABCs. ABC Mouse is a very good one to help them learn and grow. Challenges can be implemented to reduce security risks. We are going to examine social and emotional problems to young children. Does electronic devices hinder young children in communicating with peers the same age as they are? Is there social or emotional stress associated with the use of devices? During my overview, we are going to be looking at what are the risks of young children using electronic devices daily. The purpose of the study was to find out how are electronic devices affecting a child's social health. How are electronic devices affecting a child's emotional health? Should families limit the use of electronic devices within their home? With society today relying heavily upon electronic devices, should children be taught at an early age how to utilize them? The scope of the study was limited to the semester time frame. Many resources were compiled and implemented, such as peer-reviewed papers, other research, studies done about the same subject. It was limited to Facebook interviews, as I only was able to interview 20 families with children under the age of 5 who have electronic devices in their home and are used daily. Here's a little bit of background on electronic devices usage and what they are used for. Young children can use an electronic device such as a tablet, a laptop, a cell phone, or a computer to do their homework, to do research for homework, maybe watch a television program that they are interested in, such as a PBS afternoon program that will help them learn and grow. There's also another child's software program called ABC Mouse that is growing by leaps and bounds by the use of children under the age of 5. It helps teach them their ABCs, their colors, how to count, and many other programs that they can use on ABC Mouse. Another good use for an electronic device in the home for young children would be to watch a television show that may help them learn to grow, such as Sesame Street or a PBS afternoon special. They could also listen to music, maybe talk to their friends or their family through texting or texting apps. Keeping in contact with their family is very important, as most families would like to know what their children are doing and how they are doing on a daily basis when they are in school or away from them at a friend's house. They can also keep up to date with social events that are happening around the world or within their community. This is one of the things that most families overlook. They don't want their children to know what is going on in the world today. Unfortunately, children at the age of 5 who are starting kindergarten will be handed a laptop or a tablet of their own. If they are not utilizing electronic devices for these uses within the home, they will be behind when they start kindergarten. With the use of electronic devices in your home for children under the age of 5 or younger, there could be potentially a lot of benefits. Some of the benefits include increased knowledge. They can look at a YouTube video to show them how to tie their shoe or how to say their ABCs, what shapes and colors are. They will also help with their mental dexterity. It increases the brain activity in a child under the age of 5. It will also very much help with eye-hand coordination. Eye-hand coordination and motor skills are very important for children under the age of 5 who are learning the most during that age group. It will also help with memory skills. There are a lot of memory skills games that are available today that will teach a child how to memorize or remember what they are seeing and learning. Once you learn something, there's a lot of times that children under the age of 5 will forget it. With having an electronic device, it is at their hands on how to continue learning their ABCs, their colors, their shapes, how to read a book. Phonics programs are amazing for children under the age of 5. They help understand the word. The program will read the word back to them and explain to them how it is pronounced. A lot of children going into kindergarten don't understand how to pronounce words, and they still talk as a young child should talk. With phonics programs and electronic devices, the benefits are boundless for children under the age of 5. While there are a lot of challenges, the benefits outweigh the challenges, according to the study and the research that I have done. With the challenges of electronic devices in your home and having your young children under the age of 5 use them, some of them can be rather hard to handle. If you are a parent or a family that allows your young children to use electronic devices in your home, there are many security measures that you can take to keep your children safe and away from harm. You can set parental controls so they don't see any mature audience television programs or rated R movies. You can monitor them and watch what they are doing. If they are using a tablet, it can record every single step that your child is taking and what websites they are going to, what games they are playing, how long they are on these games, who they are speaking to, what apps they are using. There's software that's strictly designed for children younger than 5 that will help them by using electronic devices safely. You can also observe them, watch over their shoulder, and actually see what it is that they are doing on the electronic device, what type of games they are playing. You will purchase all of the software games that maybe for a gaming machine or a handheld gaming machine, and you can always purchase the ones that are for small children or rated E for everyone. Definitely hide your passwords from your children when they are using an electronic device so they cannot get into content that might harm them in some way, or they order something for a game that costs $100, or they go into an adult program that they are not emotionally ready to see. Limit the amount of time that they are using these electronic devices is another security measure that families can take. If you limit them to say 1 hour a day on a tablet or 2 hours a day on a gaming machine, that also cuts down on security and the risks that your young children are taking every day when they get on an electronic device. There are predators, there are adults looking for small children, trying to get information out of them like passwords, your address, your parents' full name, so they can steal your identity. They can get into your bank accounts. There's predators for other reasons looking for small children too. So taking these security measures will eliminate or reduce the risks that your children take every day when they get on an electronic device. Families have different uses for electronic devices in their homes. My family, as well as everybody else's, has gained a lot of interest over the last 10 years. I have grandchildren under the age of 5 that I take care of daily. They always want to play on my cell phone or look at my tablet, maybe go on my computer and play a video game. I have set up all the parental controls so that none of my grandchildren will be harmed or put at risk in any way. We actually, as a family, have more than 5 devices, but on average, each family has about 5 to 6 devices in their home that are easily accessible to a small child. They are used every single day, from phone calls to personal calendars, keeping track of your bills, watching a television program, doing a crossword puzzle. Mine I use for recipes and knitting patterns because those are things that interest me. My grandchildren will always find a recipe on my tablet and then ask me to make this for them. They love when Nana finds new recipes. There's no need for outdated devices such as a corded telephone against the wall, an old fax machine, an old VHS recorder. Those don't even exist in homes much anymore. Very few people actually have them. They don't even have DVD players anymore because they're obsolete. Every movie now can be downloaded to a tablet, a laptop, right onto your TV with smart TVs. Families use electronic devices such as tablets, cell phones, laptops, computers, gaming systems to communicate with one another instead of having a traditional face-to-face conversation now. This is something that families have admitted that is a problem, but other families don't think that it is very much of a problem. Now, with the new technology and the use of electronic devices in homes and the way that it has advanced, you can now shut off all of the internet that each device uses to communicate with, say for instance at dinner time, or when you have friends or family visiting, maybe a movie night, and you want to just have some family time. You can now shut off the access to these electronic devices, and this has helped tremendously in families to stay families. To summarize, this was a wonderful project to do. I very much enjoyed doing the survey and talking to other families about how they handle electronic devices in their home. Our family, as well as many others, have many electronic devices in our home. My grandchildren use them on a daily basis, my oldest grandchild being 5, my youngest grandchild being 16 months old. I know all of the security risks and security measures to take to keep them safe and away from harm. As a family, we made the decision to put all electronic devices away during dinner time, family time. If we have a movie night or if we have an outing, maybe say for instance we have friends or family coming to visit, the internet is shut down and all electronic devices are put away. There is a time limit on every single electronic device in my home. We keep it down to a 2-hour minimum, no matter what they want to do. If they want to play a game, if they want to watch TV, if they want to watch a movie, if they want to look at YouTube videos and learn something, they want to download recipes or songs, it is a 2-hour limit. Electronic devices are used because they provide knowledge and entertainment to children and families. Knowledge is a powerful thing. It can be good and it can be bad. There's a lot of bad information on the internet. There's a lot of bad knowledge out there. As a parent, you have to decipher what is important to your child and what they need to learn and from what source they need to learn it from. There's incorrect and correct information out there. While electronic devices do pose certain challenges and risks, if using the proper tools, every single parent can be safe. Every child can be safe. The measures can outweigh the risks and allow your children to use these electronic devices and learn. Learning is a great thing. Most families do have legitimate fears when it comes to their children using electronic devices and the impact it has on them socially and emotionally. Their emotional skills seem to be lower than they once were 20 years ago. They no longer know how to communicate face-to-face with people. They have social anxiety. It is a real thing, and it is happening to a lot of children nowadays. Parents need to watch for this. They need to know what is the steps to take if their child is exhibiting social or emotional anxiety or distress. There's professional help. There's support groups. There are peers that will help them, teachers, counselors, other parents they can reach out to help combat all of the social anxiety and emotional fears and distress. My recommendations for every single parent and family out there with electronic devices in their home and allowing their children under the age of 5 to utilize these electronic devices is definitely use your parental control and child-friendly software. Limit the amount of time that your children can use electronic devices, say to 2 hours like my family, or even less if your children are younger. Seek the professional help when it is needed, if it is needed. There's a lot of help out there for families and children who show social anxiety or social issues. Do not leave your very young children unattended with a computer that does not have parental controls, or a laptop, or a tablet, cell phone. There are so many predators out there. Your children are at risk, so please keep them safe and away from harm. Thank you for being with me today during this presentation for Business Communications 201. There are a lot of risks involved with using electronic devices at any age, let alone children under the age of 5. But using electronic devices on a daily basis for children under the age of 5 is not all bad. In today's society, children need to learn how to understand the use of an electronic device. They will not survive in the future without them. Now they have to start kindergarten with a tablet or a laptop and understand how to turn it on, use one, navigate around a laptop or tablet. Using the devices what they were intended for and learning to communicate with your children openly about the risks and potential side effects of using electronic devices is always important. Thank you again, and have a great day. This is the end of my presentation for Grand Rapids Community College Business Communications 201, Professor Gary Ebels. If there are any questions, I would be more than happy to answer them at this time. Thank you again for being with me during this presentation, and have a wonderful day.